Hey everyone, welcome to the Quarantine Kitchen. Today I'm going to tackle more side dishes. This one is going to be Spanish rice. Now there are several different types of Spanish rice. I'm going to do the more Mexican style Spanish rice that you get at a Mexican restaurant. But look into some of the other Spanish rices that you can find. I have a friend, Maria, she makes a Puerto Rican version of it. It's absolutely amazing. I actually don't even know all the ingredients, but I do know that one of the ingredients that she adds is green olives, and it's an absolutely incredible dish. It's much more complicated and much longer than a normal Spanish rice. So what I'll do is I'll give you the ingredients. Once again, these are very simple ingredients. I try to make these to where they're not real complicated, that you can do this with just about anything you have in your pantry to make this meal. So I'll go over the ingredients here and then we'll get started. Okay, here we have our ingredients. Obviously, first thing we're going to start out with is rice. That's a cup of rice. Now with rice, most people know this, but it doesn't hurt to tell you, you need 2 parts liquid to 1 part rice. Now the way we're going to do this, you're not going to have to add 2 cups of water because we are going to clean the rice, which is going to make some of the water absorb into the rice, and we're going to have other ingredients that have liquid in it. So the second ingredient we're going to use is Rotel. Rotel is my go-to. I always call or say Rotel is like the duct tape of food products. You can use it in so many different things, and it's got a lot of uses. I absolutely love Rotel. We're going to use a tablespoon of tomato paste. And here I have a teaspoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and a teaspoon of onion powder. And then I also have a tablespoon of green chilies. If you don't have the green chilies, that's fine, completely understand that. But once again, I like it spicy and it adds a little bit of kick, not a lot. So it's kind of like a medium type of heat. It's not like a jalapeno or a habanero. And then lastly, we're going to just put a teaspoon of salt in the water when we cook the rice. So I'll show you how to clean the rice right now. The whole point of cleaning rice is to eliminate some of the starch that's on the dried rice. This will give you a much lighter and fluffier rice, so I highly recommend doing this. You do this 3 or 4 times until the water starts to run clear. So we're just going to put the cup of rice in there, and we're going to take a whisk, and we're just going to continue to whisk this around. And the more you do it, you'll see the water will cloud up. The cloudiness is from the starch that you are releasing from the rice. I don't know how well you can see it on the video here, but you can see it's really cloudy. So we're going to clean this for about a minute, drain it, do it again, do this 2 or 3 times until that water starts to run clear. Okay, I've cleaned my rice about 3 or 4 times and it finally looked clear enough to use. So there's still some moisture in here. So like I said, normally it's 2 parts water, 1 part rice, because we have cleaned this. That's going to offset some of that, plus the liquid from the Rotel, the green chilies, the tomato paste. I'm only going to add 1 cup of water to this. So what I'm going to do right off the bat is add the 1 cup of water. Then I'm going to take about a teaspoon of salt, add it here. I'm going to add the Rotel, the green chilies, the seasoning, which is the chili powder, the onion powder, and the garlic powder. And then I'm going to add the tomato paste. Now I'm going to whisk this all together. Now when you cook this, the tomatoes, green chilies, everything is going to settle to the top. The rice will be at the bottom. I'm going to show you something or do something that a lot of people look at as blasphemous, but I will stir my rice halfway through the cooking process. Most people keep that lid on there for the entire 15 minutes while it's simmering. I do not do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the stove, bring it to a boil, and then immediately turn it down to low and simmer it for 15 minutes. At 7 minutes, I'm going to take this lid off and I'm going to stir the rice and then put the lid back on and keep it simmering for another 7.5 minutes. That's not what they say to do, but I find this is absolutely a great way of guaranteeing that this rice is going to be fluffy. Well, I've had this boiling for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to turn it down to super low, simmer, whatever, and I'm going to put the lid on it. Like I said, rice usually takes about 15 minutes to cook. I am going to open or take the lid off here in 7.5 minutes and stir this rice. Like I said, instructions tell you to don't do this, not to do this. I don't believe that. It works much better for me like this. So I will show you what we will do here in about 7 minutes when the alarm goes off. So we are at 7.5 minutes, and once again, like I said, I'm going to stir this. Get everything off the bottom. Sorry, I'm all over the place here. I'm holding this. Usually I have it on a tripod. And I'm going to put the lid back on for 7.5 minutes, and then we will have Spanish rice. And here we have it, Spanish rice. So this has a really nice flavor to it. I've tried it before. I hate to eat while I'm on camera here because it sounds like I'm munching away here and have no manners. A couple quick things here is, if you don't want this so tomato pasty or to have a tomato look to it, excuse me, don't add the tomato paste. A couple other variations here. If you don't want to use the Rotel, just use the normal diced tomatoes. A couple of variations too is you can add a lime or squeeze about a tablespoon of lime in here. Might go a teaspoon at a time because lime can be overpowering. Another option with this rice is just add cilantro and lime juice. You don't have to add the diced tomatoes or the green chilies. A lot of people don't like the green chilies anyway. So you can, a couple variations of it, but this is the one that I like and it seems to be a big hit. So that's pretty much it for my Spanish rice. If you have any comments, let me know. Please subscribe to my podcast, or not my podcast, but my YouTube channel. Greatly appreciate it. But once again, give this a try. Simple. You have everything you need probably in your pantry. This is probably will serve, I would say, 4 with no problems. So I hope you like it. Enjoy it. Experiment. See what you can come up with. Once again, signing off from the Quarantine Kitchen.